He told me to act like his little sister.
A North Texas 14-year-old allegedly kidnapped by a suspected child predator and taken to Mexico is back home and telling her story. She shares her week-long ordeal with Fox 4 News, including the hold he had on her.
I was scared. I was scared from the start, you know.
The news leader, broadcasting for all North Texas. Fox 4 News starts now.
14-year-old Ruby Contreras admits she should not have agreed to meet a stranger from Ohio. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. But she says she did not run away, and she did not know the guy was 26 years old.
Yeah, the suspect is Stephen Cox. Tonight, he is in jail in El Paso after the two were found in Mexico. And Cox was already facing charges in Ohio in a similar case. First on Fox 4, Brandon Todd with Ruby's message. Brandon.
Yeah, exactly. Ruby Contreras says her week-long ordeal included physical abuse, threats of violence against her family, and sexual assault. Now, Fox 4 does not typically identify anyone who is or may be a sexual assault victim, but in this case, Ruby Contreras and her father asked us to let her tell her own story so that other families would not suffer the same pain.
I was scared.
Ruby Contreras, talking publicly for the first time from her North Richland Hills home, says she was using a social media app and 26-year-old Stephen Cox sent her a message.
He started off with a hi, and I guess we just started from there.
This 14-year-old, who hopes other teens learn from her mistake, says she agreed to meet Cox after school on April 24th. Police say he took a bus from his home in Ohio. What Ruby Contreras did not know at the time was that Cox is an accused child sex predator. He was supposed to go on trial last week for 2 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a child. Police say in a similar case, he lured a 14-year-old Pennsylvania girl he met on the internet to Ohio. And they say he was out on bond, cut off his ankle monitor, and took off for Texas.
We went to the city bus, and from there we went to the Greyhound station. And then he told me to act like his little sister. I was scared from the start, you know, because I didn't want him to hurt my family.
Contreras says Stephen Cox threatened to hurt her family if she tried to leave him or speak out.
Oh, he cut my hair so I couldn't be identified. I ate sometimes. Very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Contreras says they eventually got to El Paso and then walked into Mexico. They got a hotel in Juarez where she says at one point he was talking with another man there and holding some paperwork. But last Thursday, authorities there found the two inside a hotel room. Their pictures had been widely published in both countries, and Ruby thinks someone recognized them and told police.
He pulled the cover over us, and then he told me to be quiet. And I asked him why I couldn't just open the door, because I knew they were going to come in one way or another. So he just told me to shut up, so I shut up.
Investigators arrested Cox.
I'm very happy.
Ruby's father says he just wishes he would have learned more about social media, and he hopes other parents pay more attention to who their kids are talking to.
My baby born again, you know, because in too many cases, you know, the father don't see the daughter again, you know. I'm very happy.
And Ruby's message to teens?
Yeah, do not talk to any strangers at all, because you'll really never know what's going to happen. And to parents, that you can never be too careful. You can never be too careful or protective.
Now, Cox is still in custody in El Paso, and eventually he'll be brought here to North Texas, specifically to North Richland Hills, so that their detectives can question him about everything that happened as it pertains, Heather, to this investigation here in North Richland Hills.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, she's a very brave girl to share her story, so we're thankful that she did that. But let's talk about Cox here for a second. You said he was supposed to go on trial this week in Ohio on those sex charges. So who gets him then after he's questioned, North Richland Hills or Ohio?
Right, that's the big question.
Right.
These two agencies are discussing that right now. It's clear for now that this case here in North Richland Hills is the priority right now. They'll sit him down in front of detectives, they'll see what he tells them, and then they'll work on the details of what crime he'll stand for and when. But one thing is certain, Heather, law enforcement has told me they do not want Cox to ever get out of jail again.
Yeah, I bet. All right, so talk about the person Ruby saw Cox talking to in Juarez, possibly somebody involved in all of this somehow?
Right. I asked Ruby that question. I said, is that someone that he knew before he got there? Did he get any sense that he was supposed to meet someone there, or was that someone maybe that he met once he got there? She said she didn't know, but if you'll remember, early on in this investigation, human trafficking was one of the initial suspicions of investigators in this. So whether that plays into that or whether that was in fact what was going on, that'll soon be seen, I guess, once investigators begin to question him.
All right, but for tonight, Ruby is home. She is safe. Her parents are thrilled and had a good warning for other parents and teens. Brandon, thank you.